The Weeknd and Post Malone had a baby. It's Ben Horlock, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome, Ben. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I'm so excited to speak to you. I had listened to some of your music last night, and you're 19. Some of the most introspective lyrics that I've heard in a long time, and your production is just mind-blowing. It's generally so cool. Your Spotify bio, though, it says that you are a sort of visionary, which is a huge word to use. What does that sort of mean?
To me, it means more I think of sounds and they might not exactly fit together, but I will just, if it feels right, it feels right, you know? If, for example, This Ain't the End, which came out last week, is very acoustic, folky, almost singer-songwriter, and then as soon as you get to the chorus, it's like a big, I don't know,
it explodes.
Yeah, a big
so
dancey
cool.
hook, you know? So it's very different styles and then put them together, and I feel like that's just, yeah, it's just, it's cool. It's cool that there are different feelings that might not work together like you wouldn't think they would, but they happen to, so.
I mean, well, that's where some of the best stuff comes from, is from people experimenting. If you don't try new things are never going to come about, right? But what is your creative process like in creating those sounds?
And normally we'll start with a feeling or something like that, like I'll, I don't know, feel sad or feel happy or something, and pick up a guitar normally and strum some chords, and then melodies will just pop into your head like colours, you know, and then the feeling goes to chords, to lyrics, to melodies, and then the song's there, really. You know,
like colours. Do
yeah.
you have that, is it called synesthesia?
I'm not sure, I've heard of it, I don't know, I don't know if it's I actually have it, but I just think of sounds and I think that seems like a red, or that seems like a yellow.
There's an association.
Yeah,
oh my God, I totally get what you mean. I'm
Yeah.
numbers and colours and places.
For sure.
Oh, that's so epic. It must translate so interestingly to your music as well. But when did this journey sort of all start for you? When did music become a thing?
I mean, it became a thing literally when I was at primary school. I had been, I don't know, running around the playground or something. I can't really remember, but I remember I was outside and I had been singing some, I don't know, Ed Sheeran song or something, and some kid walked up to me and said, "Hey, that sounds good," and I didn't think anything of it though, because I was just running around the playground singing, and then if he never said that to me, I probably wouldn't have gone home and been like, maybe I should sing. Maybe I should go buy a guitar, which I did the following week, you know, but that was literally when it started. But I feel like it was probably when I moved from Dunedin to Auckland, when I moved a couple of years ago now. And that was probably when it was I took the proper leap, you know?
Sure.
Instead of just kind of cruising around doing gigs, it was time to actually give it the best shot I can.
Well, shout out to that kid, what was primary school?
Max. Yeah,
shout out to Max.
I won't say his last name, but thank you, Max.
Hey, you opened for Coterie and Lime Cordiale over summer. Two amazing bands, big fans.
Yeah.
What was that experience like as a young musician?
It was so eye-opening, you know. I had done shows before, some pretty cool shows, but nothing like that. You know, rock up and sound check, and there's a massive outdoor venue, and there's Coterie there, and then there's Lime Cordiale there, and it's just you can chat to them, you can just hang out with them. They were real cool dudes as well, you know. After the show, I had some mates in the crowd, and my brother and my girlfriend, and then somehow we got them all backstage. They just got through security, and then we were all just kicking back out the back. It was so good, it was cool. But from a musical standpoint, it was a lot more just seeing how, you know, the big dogs, how, you know, someone of that kind of status does it, you know, and it's cool to see how they, you know, I'd never warmed up before, for example, vocally, and then I saw Louis from Lime Cordiale, he was doing all sorts of warm-ups, and I was I heard him in the room next to me, and then after that it was okay, I probably should start warming up.
Oh, that's so cool. It's the stuff you kind of dream or hear about it.
Yeah.
It's so epic. Hey, you are performing This Ain't the End for us very soon. This song is incredible. Go and check it out if you're on your streaming services. I cannot recommend it enough. Tell us about the song. How are you excited to perform it? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, it's one of those special songs to me because it's been made for a year or so now, but I had made it as I'd come from Dunedin to Auckland, and I was living up there, and I was feeling a lot I don't know, I was feeling very lost because I had left all my mates and everything I knew was home, really. And then I moved to Auckland and I just wanted to write a song about that, really, about that feeling of, you know, loss and not being where you want to be, perhaps. And then, but then at the end, I wanted to bring it back to, you know, make it a little bit positive about how it's not the end, this ain't the end. Things like that happen, but, you know, yeah, life goes on, I guess.
Yeah.
If you stay